my name is Brooke Gilmore, and I'm the Information Literacy Librarian at Shapiro Library at Southern New Hampshire University in Manchester. In 2005, the Association of American Colleges and Universities, the AAC&U, launched their LEAP initiative, and LEAP stands for Liberal Education in America's Promise. And it's essentially a call for outcomes-based general education programs that meet the needs of the 21st century. So how to become an engaged and informed citizen and effective in the workplace as far as intellectual and practical skills and what's needed there. Some of their essential learning outcomes centered around intellectual and practical skills include things like written and oral communication, critical and creative thinking, problem-solving skills, and most importantly for us, information literacy. There are about 340 schools that are deemed LEAP schools and are really active in engaging in this program and reshaping their general education programs to embrace this initiative, which means that information literacy is becoming a student learning outcome in an explicit way at many campuses across the nation. Our investigation included a survey of librarians at these Campus Action Network schools, and we asked them questions such as, have you revised your gen ed program since adopting LEAP? What does that program now look like? How have librarians' roles changed since adopting the LEAP initiative? And how have your information literacy programs been effective positively or negatively? And trends we saw were that there's been much more emphasis on information literacy since the revision of gen ed for the LEAP initiative, and it's included as a student learner outcome. It's being assessed at an institutional level, and that non-library folks, i.e. teaching faculty, administrators, and some noted even students are becoming more aware of this term and concepts. We also wanted to focus on how it impacted librarians' roles, maybe self-perception or other folks on campus perception of the librarians, and we found that 76% of respondents said that they were involved, or a librarian was involved in the general education reform process, and 50% of respondents said that they were involved in a leadership capacity. So whether it was chairing a committee or running workshops or creating best practices for the teaching faculty as well. I was interested in investigating this impact of the LEAP initiative because at my institution I'm actually now chairing the General Education Committee on campus, and was wondering if other librarians were assuming these leadership roles as well, and how that came to be, if they felt like that was a result of LEAP or just the changing perceptions of librarians and what we can bring to the table on campus. We see this as a definite opportunity for librarians with information literacy. Unlike most of the other essential learner outcomes, information literacy actually has ownership. It's difficult to pinpoint who on campus is responsible for critical thinking, right, or communication. There might be pockets, but I think information literacy, it's pretty obvious that that's librarians and that's our expertise, and so we have a lot of that expertise and knowledge to share with our campus and assume these leadership roles. So this was sort of our bold call to our fellow librarians to be confident and realize that we have a lot to offer as far as general education reform, and information literacy is one of these critical outcomes. Another way that we could see this potentially moving is to be more integrative into the curriculum instead of siloing ourselves off in these one-shot instruction sessions, and that when we actually integrate information literacy across the curriculum, it'll impact students' learning more, and it'll actually take a lot of burden off of us as far as feeling like we need to be, in X amount of sessions a semester. It might seem like our workload would be negatively affected if that were to happen, but I actually think it has a lot of positive implications if it becomes more of like the broader part of the curriculum instead of just something that, you know, we're the keepers of. Definitely, I feel like this is an opportunity to show the value of information literacy and librarians and the work that we do. Information literacy is now an explicit student learner outcome. It's something that our institution and many institutions are now saying, you know, when a student graduates, they will be information literate individuals, and that really brings us to the forefront of the curriculum and a student learning experience. I think a great shift in our profession right now is to think about information literacy as an outcome, whether it's explicit on your campus or not. There's definitely been a change from thinking of us as, you know, bibliographic instruction librarians or one-shot sessions into this more integrative curriculum. If there is any kind of curriculum reform, gen ed or not, going on at your campus, I would definitely encourage you to get involved and show that, you know, you have the knowledge and the mindset to help students be information literate, and that it's critical and creative thinking at the end of the day. And so if you can help students be critical and creative thinkers, then I think that's a great opportunity.